I just got my hands on Genki and 8bitdo's new PocketPro Gamepad. Let's check it out. Welcome to It Came From a Box. This is Sergio AM. Another year and another successful Genki Kickstarter. As I'm recording this, with over 4,000 backers, they've raised almost $700,000, so they must be doing something right over there. This year's campaign features their latest line of 4 new products, one of which is the PocketPro Gamepad, a collaboration between Genki and 8bitdo, and the team was awesome enough to send it our way so I can share it with all of you. So first thing, it's not a new controller. It's pretty much a collaborative, limited Genki edition version of 8bitdo's SN30 Pro. We featured it before, but for those new to it, it's an SNES-inspired gamepad that keeps the classic layout but throws in a few modern upgrades. As expected with 8bitdo, it's multi-platform compatible with 3 modes that you can swap between. It's wireless with a 480 mAh battery that can last around 18 hours and it charges via USB-C, but it can also be used wired for a lag-free experience. So right off the bat, I absolutely love this design. It has this clear shell with a matte coating. It's foggy, which sort of gives it this kind of blurred out effect, so you can still see the board inside, but it's opaque or solid enough, which allows the inputs and graphics to stand out. The face buttons are in Genki's new logo colors, purple, blue, green, and red, but in these softer pastel tones, which gives off this kind of 80s tech computery vibe. The screenshot and home buttons are transparent. Then we have these, let's call them schematic style graphics throughout. They're very minimal and clean with labels for features such as gyro, Hall effect, rumble, and up top we have these useful shortcuts to swap between platforms. But this version doesn't have labels on the face buttons, most likely because they're different for each platform, so it's just easier to avoid confusion this way. And as I expect from 8bitdo, build quality is stellar. It's made of high-quality plastics with a lot of attention to detail. It's well put together, and it feels incredible in hand. On here, we have that OG D-pad. It's just the right size with a slight curve to it. It's sturdy with a slight texture that helps you pull off all those moves. We then have snappy and responsive face buttons with magnetic button sensors. They're widely spaced out, which should help prevent accidental inputs. But same as the original, they are a tad bit close to that right analog stick. Down the middle, we have the classic rubbery select and start buttons, thin rounded shoulder buttons, but unlike the original it's based on, we have these very curvy triggers with a short travel distance. Now that should give you a clue that sadly, no, they're not analog, they're digital. I love me some analog inputs, but that's a sacrifice they most likely made to keep to this portable size. Next, we have our home and screenshot buttons. And finally, we have the full-size symmetrical analog sticks. They're buttery smooth with just the right amount of resistance, same for clicking them in, and yes, they're Hall effect joysticks, which means you won't have to worry about drift. Now, as for additional features, the list is a bit short. We've got standard rumble, motion controls, and it does have an on-the-fly turbo function, but it doesn't work for the Switch since that button is used for screenshot. Overall, it's a portable gamepad with a retro design aesthetic that I love. It tackles the essentials well, and it's versatile enough for both retro and modern games on multiple platforms. This one feels like it's for collectors out there, which makes it a must-have for me. I absolutely love this design. It's the perfect companion for their Saya Carry sling bag as well, which happens to also be on their Kickstarter. The campaign has about another week, so if you're interested, check it out. They have a bunch of tiers that you can pick and choose from, so you can snag exactly what you want at a discounted price. I'll have a link to it in the description below. Thanks to Genki for sending this out to us, and if you have any questions about it, drop them down in the comments and let's talk. Once again, I'm Sergio AM. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you for the next box. If you like this video and want to help us out, click that thumbs up button and leave a comment below so we can talk. Now, if you want to go further, subscribe and ding the bell to stay notified whenever we post a new video. You made it to the end, and I just want you to know that you are the reason we do what we do. This is Sergio AM, and I'll see you for the next box.